What is the truth about the wildfires in Greece and the role of the mainstream media in spreading fake news about what's been happening this summer? Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about Greece, we're going to talk about global boiling, the heat waves, the fires and everything else that the media has been telling us. Clearly, it's not black and white, and clearly there is a bit of a nuance in any of these stories, but the media do not believe in nuance anymore. They don't believe in reasonable debate or facts. So, these are the headlines we've been seeing quite recently about Greece and other places as well. This is The Guardian. The lesson from the Greece wildfires. The climate crisis is coming for us all. This is according to Nesreen Malik of The Guardian. How the developed world needs to be shocked out of its complacency. Oh, yes, so scary. Next, we have this one saying Greece wildfires. This is in July. How climate change is involved and what we can do about it. Again, extremely scary. Next one, Politico. Europe's heat wave. The Greek wildfires force hundreds to flee as temperatures rise. Oh, so all this came out, and as you have noticed, if you do watch TV, the weather reports after the news headlines and everything else, they've changed the maps as well, the colouring of the maps to show everything that's red. Even if the temperature is 18 degrees, it's hot red, it's extreme red. But the truth, which we already exposed recently on this channel about the wildfires in Greece, was that, it was arson. And then we discovered just now, and yesterday and today, that it was a series of essentially networks of people causing arson. It wasn't just like one person, one accident. It was a huge group of people keep doing it regularly. So we have to ask certain questions. Yes, now we have the Greek government telling us that at least 79 people have been arrested in Greece over the chaos that's been caused during this summer. Clearly there has to be some sort of link between these people, and it's just a big coincidence that all these fires started at the same time, and the report in the news was that global boiling is here. So this is quite interesting because we actually have government ministers from Greece coming out actually to say, we got the civil protection minister, Vasilios Kikilias, saying, you are committing a crime against the country. Arsonists, scum, are setting fires that threaten forests, property, and most of all, human lives. You will not get away with it. We will find you and you will be held accountable. I do like when I see certain countries and governments how robust and direct their politicians are compared to us and the politicians that we have. Wishy-washy, everyone's on the fence. Even if some criminal gets arrested, you're going to have people like Rashid Sunak and Bir Starmer sitting on the fence saying, yeah, we condemn this behavior. I hope that this criminal is having a good time in prison. It's always like so wishy-washy and vanilla, the politicians that we have. Now, it is of course also true that because of the heat wave and because of the temperature in the summer, it's also harder to put out these fires. But that's not what the mainstream media were telling us. The corporate media were telling us and implying that the start of these fires, that the actual spark was because of the heat wave. But it wasn't, was it? Because the spark was arsonists, people who decided to cause chaos for whatever reason. You know, if it were one incident or even two, we could have said, well, it's just an accident, someone was barbecuing something in a forest for some reason. But clearly, there must be some sort of motivation behind it. And these are the questions that we have to also ask when it comes to the authorities in countries like Greece. We've also had issues in Portugal and many other places as well. So, we got Nat on Twitter saying, there's a lot of people who like to play with matches and watching things burn. Could there be climate activists among them? If not, could some of them have been encouraged by climate activists? So many questions. A thorough investigation is needed. Now, when you ask these questions, the establishment would accuse you of being a tinfoil hat nutter. I mean, we're just asking questions. I'm not claiming that I have evidence that these were, in fact, climate activists. No, but it's just a little bit suspicious. But I'm not even actually saying they were directly. I'm just saying it could be something else. Maybe there was some sort of insurance thing with the country and the budget. I don't know what the government was up to in Greece. We got the wide awake media saying arson is not climate change. And this is in responding to the BBC headline. By the way, the BBC reported this on their website, but I throughout the day I had to watch BBC News for a little bit to find out if they're going to be talking about it. They mentioned it for like 2 minutes and then they went back to heatwave and everything else. So they might set up a page on their website. You have to go scroll down to find the news story, but they're not really making it a proper headline. It's quite fascinating how the likes of the BBC or Sky News and all these guys work. They think we are stupid, but this channel is here to expose them regularly. All right, next one. We got Will on Twitter saying, banter, he will be banter when they all turn out to be climate change activists. We also have Bay Curly as the parody account of Kay Burley from Sky News saying, oh crap, what about our agenda? Yes, Bay Curly, you have been exposed. Yes, absolutely. They're all freaking out. The whole narrative is collapsing and it's so embarrassing. It's also hilarious to see, but they're all running away. They're all in hiding. And you've had the BBC reporters getting on planes, flying all the way to Benidorm in Spain to report on the weather for 2 minutes, and then getting on a plane back, flying back to London and going back to their offices in Oxford Street. It is fascinating. The gravy train on taxpayers' money or the license fee payers' money. How they're loving their life at the BBC headquarters, the incompetent Death Star. Anyway, let's take a break and come back and talk about ULEZ. Oh, it's going to be fun. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.